All right, welcome everybody. Yes, we are trying to get everybody in. We still have other people trying to get in, and we are maxed out in the Zoom room. So if like 20 people from the community can get off and go to YouTube, would be awesome. That way all of our guests can get on. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, perfect. All right. So tonight, you guys, like I said, this is going to be pretty awesome. You're going to actually hear from 9 other people inside our community that have made 6 figures. You're going to hear their story. And one thing else you're going to hear, not only their story, I'm going to have each of them give you their biggest tip from being inside the program, what they did, the biggest aha moment, the program or the community that really helped them hit 6 figures. So I would grab a pen and paper and take some notes. Now, unfortunately, we live in a world where I have to share this. So I need each and every one of you to screenshot this earnings disclaimer, because this information that you're going to hear is literally their individual story, and results vary, you guys. I have no magic wand. I can't tell you can have results like this or you can expect results like this, but you're going to hear some pretty amazing income stories. And what I love about what you hear is they are everyday people just like you and I. And so I need you guys to screenshot this and just realize this. We're not giving you any income streams. We're not saying you're going to make 6 figures in under 6 months. We're just going to show you the process that we did that got us to 6 figures in 6 months. Okay. So with that being said, what I want to do is I just kind of want to go over a few things with you before I have each and every one of them share, because most of you are here because you're ready to learn how to make passive daily pay online, but you just don't know where to start. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is this 5-step blueprint that our community uses to learn how to make passive income online. Step 1, we promote products and programs that are in high demand. The product and the program that we have used and we are promoting has done $4.8 million in 45 days. That is why you've seen so many people create 6 figures in such a short time. If you do the math on that, that is $107,000 a day the community members are making. And when you see that 4.8 million, that is going into the community's pockets. This is not an MLM. This is not an affiliate program. This is a program where you learn how to make 100% profit, a program where you're paid directly into your bank account when a customer buys from you. So when you see in 45 days, $4.8 million, that's why. Okay, so pretty awesome. So step 2, you got to automate your business. You guys, when I learned how to automate my business, this is what gave me my life back. This is what gave me my time back. It's pages like this. And on average, inside my community, when 20 people subscribe right here, 1 out of 20 people are buying. So if you do the math on that and you can get yours converting like that, that's $900 a day. That's $328,000 a year. So step 1, we promote a program that's in very high demand. Step 2, we automate our business. And step 3, we learn how to get our business discovered. Now, you guys also call that marketing. I just don't like to use the word marketing because when you think of marketing, you think you got to spend money. We use a discovery system so we can organically attract people to us. So we teach you how to build that faceless brand, or even just to build a brand that you want to be known for. We show you a copy and paste free ads method, and we show you how to use social media. There's 5 billion people just on social media alone, my friends. So we show you how to become a magnet and attract customers to you. This was a breath of fresh air to me, you guys, because I no longer had to go DM people. I no longer had to go find customers. It was a fully automated, rejection-free system. We also show you how to build your invisible empire if you want to build that faceless brand. And we show you how to do a copy and paste free ads method as well. So step 4, you got to relate in your content. This is what we spend so much time inside our community with. How can you create that stop the scroll content, attract people back to your automated system so they buy from you? And that's step 4, because guess what? Step 5 is a new customer. And you know what, you guys, I honestly wish sometimes that I could make this process harder than it is. But that's the steps that we follow. And what I love is the product is ready to go. The system is already fully automated. So all you focus on every day is creating your content and getting that discovered by getting more relatable with your content. So I quickly want to share my story with you before I pass it over to Tim, and he's going to be the first one to share with you his journey of hitting six figures. But you guys, I discovered this process in September of 2022. Prior to that, I was very disappointed in myself. I felt like I was on a hamster wheel. I was trying to make an income. I was trying to do anything I could to make money from home. And I was literally failing miserably at that until I discovered this process. You guys, I'm a mom. I have 6 kids. I only have 2 left at home. And now I'm a grandma to 5. And spending time with them, you guys, is just the most important thing to me. And so I was working a lot of hours to try to make an income from home. And I was ready to give it up. I mentally was exhausted. I would look in the mirror and I'm like, how the hell did you get here? I thought I'd be further along. I thought I'd have more time with my family. And this process, here's what it was for me. And it was a post, by the way, that I discovered on Facebook. I didn't need to see no video. It was what she had said in that. It said no MLM, it said no monthly expenses. It said learn the 2-hour workday. It said learn how to make 300 in daily pay. And I'm like, 300 a day, that's 109,000 a year. That would be a dream come true if I could follow that and do that in working 2 hours a day. And then it said 100% profit. And right there's where I put the brakes on. I'm like, whoa, how do you make 100% profit? So I sent her a message and I said, I saw your post on Facebook. I'm curious, how do you make 100% profit? And she said, because the company creates a website for us and they charge for the website fee. So we don't, I go, so there's no tech involved. Because you guys, that was one of the things I was always struggling at of looking at digital marketing, because I thought you had to create a website. I thought you had to build all of this. Then I thought you had to know code and pixels and all this stuff. I didn't realize you could have a done for you process where you could make 100% profit. And so that's when I took the leap of faith and I started my journey, and I was blown away. I was blown away by the system, how it was paint by numbers. I was blown away that I could literally master this 2-hour workday. I did launch my business on TikTok because I loved that it was short form videos. I love the fact that I could do everything from an app. Matter of fact, you guys, I have built my business from 4 apps. It's the TikTok app, my email app, and my program app. Kajabi is a program, and our community app is a school app. Four. And I'm able to I achieved 6 figures in 6 months. That turned into my first million online in 17 months. And this was a gal in August of 2022. I was disappointed in myself and I thought I never could have success. And I'm telling you right now, if you are willing to be coachable and willing to be, and here's my biggest tip, consistent. I just was ignorance on fire when I did this. I was willing to be coachable and I was willing to be consistent. And I have shown up every single day for the last 20 months. And that is why I've had success, because I'm promoting a program that's in high demand. I've automated my business. I've stayed consistent, and I've just been super coachable. So I'm telling you what, sky's the limit, my friends. If you are willing to follow a proven process, you will absolutely love that. So with that being said, Tim, I'm going to let you take it away. 5 minutes, Tim.
Awesome. Timer's set up, ready to go. Here we go. Just get ready. Hey guys, my name is Tim, and I am a dad of 5 kids, and I live out here in California. And I was in the corporate world. My story is probably very different than a lot of people. I literally come from the corporate world. I spent 25 years there, and I was never really home. The best way to describe it, when I say I was never home, I always had a cell phone. I was on a laptop. They came into my office after 25 years, and they sat me down and said my role had been eliminated. I don't know about you, but you ever lost a career that you really just, you did enjoy it, but there was a lot of things that you didn't like about it, but you showed up anyway and did it because as we're raised, right? We're kids. I had 5 brothers and sisters. Sit down, shut up, and listen as we were raised, right? You do exactly what you're told, not as I do, right? And then we get good grades, go to school, do all that, settle down, marry, have a family, get a home, and have a career, and then retire. Who put in the comments one if you've ever heard that story before, because that's how I lived, that's how I was raised, right? And I did all that, and I never thought my wildest dreams where I was in my career, never thought in my wildest dreams I would have lost my career, because I was an impactful player in that company, massively impactful for the decisions and the direction where that company went. And it's a company that y'all well know, just so you're clear. But here I am. I said, I got laid off, and then I said I went home for 5, 6 months and kind of decompressed. The elephant came off my shoulders. I got to date my wife again. I actually got to know my kids again. It's really funny if you ever lose it and you kind of like decompress from that role. You're like, holy crap, you never realized the weight. That was the one thing. I never realized the weight, the stress, the pressure, how I showed up. I showed up ready. I always say the corporate armor that we put on before we go to work, so we don't have to show a smile. We laugh at people that we wouldn't laugh at normally. We would just say, yes, this is what I need to do. But here's what I realized after being home. I said I never wanted to go back. I actually flew 4 different in other states from California for interviews to other companies. And the one thing, I get on that plane and get ready to come home, and I go, and these were good companies. I would come home and I go, I just can't do this again. I just can't. I got home. I started to see some things around the home. And I will say something for you. A lot of you guys that are dads out there, you need to be home with your kids. They need you as they need as much as your moms. Their relationships and the things that I talk about nowadays, the gaming, the movies we watch. I'm telling you, this business is way more than just all the money you're going to hear. It is way more than the noise you just heard in my background. But we're at home. We stay at home dads here. Come on, this is the best. I hear a lot more than that normally, and I got to be under my 5 minutes. But here's what I'm going to say to you: we're home. This is what it's about. Stay at home dads. Your kids need you. If there's anything I could ever tell you, you may not know it because that's not how you were raised. They need you more than you can ever possibly imagine. And I will just say this to you: I came across a video just from Michelle here that actually just said you could learn the skills how to make $300 a day. Well, I was at a point where I had started looking for an online business, and I'm like, there was 3 things that I was looking for in an online business. Number one, can I talk to somebody if I ever get stuck? Like, you know how it is. Like, okay, can I talk to somebody? I'm 55 years old at the time. I just needed to know what I could do. It's 56 actually. Can I get help if I need it? They said they had training. So I'm like, okay, they said all these things. Now it's like, okay, I'll do it. So I made a decision, believe it or not, in one night. We were in the hospital. My son had surgery, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, okay, chill, my wife, I said, what are you thinking? I said, you know what? I'm going to. But literally, I made a decision on this business in one night, just so you know. Now, as I got into here, I'm going to give you 5 tips that I think are the most important things. And my story, even before the tips I give you, I want you to share something with you. I didn't make any income for the first 3.5 months. Don't get don't get nervous. Oh my God, what am I doing this for? I want to share something with you. I'm about on the verge of hitting $200,000 in less than 13 months. And I made no income for 3.5 months. The key behind that story, though, is these 5 tips. See, one day, and I own that, though. I own that because, see, that moment, the reason I didn't make any income, I never talked to my mentor. I never said a word to her. I, believe it or not, I'm an introvert, a very loud one, but I'm an introvert. And here's the thing about that is I never asked her a question. That's why I tell you, I own that, right? So we own the decisions we make, we own where we're at. And I understood that. So the day I asked, it was July 27th. It's the day that'll always go down in history for me, is we were on a Zoom call. And here's the thing, I did every training, everything. I showed up every day, every training. And then all of a sudden we had questions back and forth. 4 questions later, 3 days later, I started making daily pay 11 days straight. And then in 14 days, I made my first $4,050. Why do I tell you that? Is because there are 5 things I believe you need to be to have a successful online business. Number one, you have to be coachable. When I tell you sit down, shut up, and listen, or you won't get hurt, that was what our parents said to us when we're running around like crazy and your kids are driving your parents nuts. Well, we were part of that. Sit down, shut up, listen. Trust me when I tell you, I say that out of love and kindness. Number 2, this is really important because you have to be consistent every day. You're going to hear something about the common denominator about all these people that are actually doing the 6 figures. They're very consistent. There's not a problem that gets in the way where they don't show up for the people, because you're not doing this business for yourself. You're doing it for other people just like you, trying to get out of whatever or add on to whatever better life you want to have. Be clear on that. So number 3, which I think is the most important tip I could ever give anybody, the greatest tip I can possibly give you, is to be authentic. I am me. There's only one unique person about me. I tell people my golfing stories. I tell people my struggles. I'm okay with that because I am human. I am like anybody else. I just did and made better, different choices. Not necessarily better, different choices. I chose to show up. I chose to be coachable because I am not giving anybody back my time. To think of one thing, I gave 25 years of my life to someone else, and now they can come into your office and go, "We don't need you anymore. Thank you for your time, and thank you. Have a good day." But number 4, so I said coachable. Number 1, being consistent with the right message. 3, be yourself. It is so cool. There's something refreshing about not having to put a costume on, put armor on, any of that, and just be yourself. Talking about, hey, because I realize not everybody's going to see what I see. They're not going to purchase. Not every person that comes on there is going to do it, but there's a lot of people that do. And I said number 4 is have patience and grace, because I knew for 3.5 months I had patience and I had grace on myself. And number 5, we're going to talk about heavily is your mindset. I am not the person that started on March 8th of 2023. I am not the same person that I am today. So if there is anything, I will leave it on this final note. You're at a place where there's a bunch of people. I did a mentoring call for my community. I was on there for 4.5 hours answering questions, because the leadership and the example that Michelle's given us, we're here for you to be successful. It's just a choice. Whether you do it or you don't, it's your choice. It's going to be okay. But there are people out here on this call today that are sick and tired of being sick and tired of where they're at. I just want you to know there's people like myself, Michelle, and you're going to meet a bunch of other people that are willing to do a training and give of their time so you're successful. We know this works. See, we don't have a doubt. We have no problem. We're here for you. We will guide you along your way, and just get in here as fast as you can, because I'm telling you, it is absolutely life-changing. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, the change. Thanks.
What was number 5?
Mindset.
There you go. Somebody asked what number 5 was. So
Oh, no worries. Mindset, all about the head.
yeah, there you guys go. Awesome. Thank you, Tim. And I'm so proud of your success. And you said what, you're just a little bit shy of 200,000 in 13 months.
Yeah, I'll hit it this month.
Yay.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Congratulations.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys. So next we are going to have Marianne come on and share her journey to 6 figures. And she's going to share with you guys her biggest tip. So Marianne, I'll let you take it away.
Welcome, everybody. Anybody who is on this call is definitely in the right place. You are in the right place. If you don't know who I am, my name is Marianne. I'm 60 years young, and I refuse to work until the day I die. I'm not doing it. I celebrate every single Friday. I will never, ever punch another time clock. Not in this lifetime. I will never have someone tell me when to go to the bathroom, when to go to lunch, or when to go home. It's not happening. When I say that you are in the right place at the right time, you are definitely in the right place. Our training is top notch. I honestly believe that you couldn't even get this kind of training and mentorship inside our community. Yes, Tim did do a training. What was that, Monday night, Tim? And we were on there for 4.5 hours. You can ask anybody anything, and they are going to jump in and help you. Mindset is key. You've got to get out of your stinking thinking. You have to. Nothing's going to change if you don't change it. I knew absolutely nothing about this business in May when I signed up. I didn't even get my system set up until August. I own that. It's totally my fault. We were selling our house and we became full-time RVers. And if you're really looking to live life on your terms, you need to be here. We are in Wisconsin right now, but for the last 6 months, we have been in Texas, we've been in Arizona, and we've been in Florida. This has absolutely given me my life back. I paid off thousands and thousands and $1,000 of credit cards. This is amazing. It is totally amazing. It has changed my life. And we are all here to help you guys change yours. Just get out of your stinking thinking. Is it easy? No, but you've got to keep plugging in. You've got to be on the mentoring calls. You have to do the daily video, and your business will just continue to grow and grow and grow. And that's exactly what I've done. And I just hit over 100K last Monday. If I can do it, you all can do it.
So let me ask you a question. What do you feel is the hardest part of this business?
Michelle, I honestly don't believe there is a hard part, but they have to stay consistent. They have to stay consistent. They have to be on those mentoring calls. You know, if you go to a job every day and you screw off, how long are you going to have that job? You're not going to have it very long. You've got to be consistent and do what Michelle tells me. If she says jump, I ask her how high. No, not really. But it's been amazing, and it's been life-changing for me.
Share real quick before I pass on to the next person. When I love what you said about how because I give you a daily video every day in the community, how that really helped you.
It keeps me on point. I learn something new every single day. If there's something new, Michelle's going to bring it to us. We learn something new every single day. And that's what's kept me on track from day to day to day. That's very important. Very important.
Awesome. Love it so much. And congratulations. I'm so proud of you. And it's so awesome to watch
Thank you.
Your journey. So good. All right, guys. Now we are going to pass it over to Wendy, and she's going to share her story with you because she is speed lightning in this business.
Okay, welcome. I'm so excited to be here. I am coming at you from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, but normally I'm in Ontario. So I'm out here, out west at my brother-in-law's place and sitting on his beautiful porch. Guys, I gotta just say, I'm a grandma from Ontario. I became a grandma 7 years ago. And when I became a grandma, something in my heart, in my head, in my mind, I just was like, I want to spend every moment and make memories with these little girls, because we realize how fast time is evaporated from us. I was raised with the mindset, make necessary sacrifices to provide for your family, and I did. I worked long weekends. I worked holidays. I miss special moments with my girls growing up, and it still brings me to tears when I think about it because I can't get that time back. But dang it, I can do something different now. And so I was on a hunt. I was looking. I was praying. God, please help me to find something online. I tried. I found this really expensive program. I tried. I gave it my all. But guys, I thought I was under the impression I had to spend a lot to make a lot. Okay? You don't have to spend a lot to make a lot. But I did, and it didn't work. After 3 long years of giving myself to that, I was like, I had to cut my losses and say, this is not working. I tried affiliate marketing, made like 25% commission. And when I saw Michelle and she was telling me I can make 100% commission, I was like, yeah, say what? Like, what is she talking about? I'm like, okay, Michelle, bring it. Tell me more, right? I watched it. It didn't take me very long because I had already been in the online space and I had something to compare it to. I was comparing what she was saying to all these things that I had tried and didn't work. And I was like, okay, this is what I've been looking for. I didn't care if God took 4 years to answer my prayer. He's like, Wendy, I taught you a lot. You're going to use what I taught you for this. And I believe I did because I was like friggin' excited. I had my mindset right. I totally believed in this 1000%. And then I just hit the ground running. yesterday, what are we, Wednesday today? Wednesday, yeah, right. I don't even know what day it is. I'm on holidays. Tuesday this past week was 11 weeks that I've been doing this business. I gotta tell you, friends, I'm a Canadian, so I'm making Canadian bucks here, and I'm gonna share it with you in Canadian dollars. I can't even wrap my brain around it, but I'm at 220. No, what is it? 220,000. See, I can't even wrap my brain around. I don't even know that number. Like, I can't. It's more than my husband and I make in 2 years. I have made our income, both of us, 2 years in under 3 months. Right? I mean, somebody like pinch me. I'm dreaming. I must be in heaven. I don't know. It's blowing my mind, and I cannot help but share it. Now, one piece of advice I have, and I say to everybody, the road to success has potholes. Expect the road to not be easy, because I see people think it's like, oh, this will be easy. You will come across obstacles. I don't care if it's your family telling you that, oh, everything online is a scam. You can get, there'll be all of a sudden, your mindset's shooting off because your family or friends are telling you, what the heck are you doing? That you've fallen for some kind of thing. Or it could be like, you might experience a techie problem. Your computer might fall. Like, you will have roadblocks, you will have potholes, but you just push through and you get through them. I don't care what it is. Everything is fixable. Everything is fixable. Some take a little longer than others, but everything is a fixable thing, and you can do it. You can get over that pothole, and don't let it stop you. That's what I'm like. I came across many obstacles, many potholes that I was like, oh my goodness, this boom. What the heck? My, different things. And I'm like, no, Wendy, everything's fixable. Everything's fixable. I'm like, okay, let's fix it. How can I do it? Right? And when you think that way, we're talking about mindset. A lot of people mentioned it. Your mind will all of a sudden say, it'll agree with you. It'll say, okay, let's figure out how to fix this. Your mind will go to work on your behalf to try to figure out how to fix something. And that is what you do. You just push through. If you're having struggles in this area, you say, okay, how can I get better? What am I doing that's not the same as somebody else? Because the system, I tell people, the system is the same. It doesn't care if you're a young mom. It doesn't care if you're an old grandma like me. The system is the same. We all use the same system. It's the operator that needs to tweak, change, fix, whatever. You look at yourself and you say, what can I do to better myself today to achieve the results that I want? And I'm not going to let anything stop me. Nothing. I say to people, this is the best thing since sliced bread. So you're in the right place. I can honestly tell you this from the bottom of my heart, because I've tried numerous things and lost a lot of money, but I didn't ever lose hope. So there you go. That's me from Calgary, Alberta here.
Oh, I love it so much. Thank you so much for sharing. I love your story, and yeah, rapid success. And you're just living proof that you can not have success at other things, and you just got this, and you plugged into it, and you become coachable, and look what's happened to you. And congratulations. And how cool. More money than what did you say, in a year? In 2 years. That is absolutely amazing. So, thank you so much for sharing. Now, you guys, we're going to go to a single mom story. How's that? For all you single moms out there that are working your face off to support your family, I'm going to have Amy come and share her journey to 6 figures working 2 jobs. So, Amy, I'll let you take it away. Did we lose her?
There we go.
Oh, there
Welcome,
you are.
everyone. I was muted. I apologize. Look, I'm not tech savvy. Let's just get it out of the way right there. But really, from my heart, I welcome you tonight, because this is the first step that you've taken. It may be a little bit uncomfortable to even think about doing something like this. And what I want to say to you is, I ran across Michelle a year ago. I just celebrated 1 year. And I'm a little bit different. I'm kind of, I had all the cards stacked against me. My daughter actually put me on TikTok, and that's how I found out about this. I knew nothing. I'd never done MLM, online business. I wasn't even online. So all I knew how to do was work my butt off. I was working 2 jobs, 18 hours a day for many, many years. And the reality hit that I had started losing my relationship with my children because those jobs always came before them. I was sick and tired of struggling, and I just wanted something better. And it breaks my heart even today because I lost so many memories with them because I was always at work. Unfortunately, I got divorced, and that's such a horrible statistic, but it's reality. I got left to raise 3 kids on my own. One job wasn't enough, so I had to get another one. So I come to you as a single mom, as working 2 jobs and not knowing absolutely anything about any of this. I was scared. I didn't think I could do it, but I wanted something better. And I knew that if I didn't do something to change it, I was going to lose my relationship with them. 1 year ago, I decided to come into this community and give it all that I could give, even though I was working 18 hours a day, even though I didn't know anything. And the one thing that I promised myself was that I was going to do it not only for me, but I was going to do it for my kids because I was tired of struggling. And it's hard being broke. It's hard. But the number one thing that I can give you is consistency. You need to show up for yourself. That is the one thing that has kept me going. 2 to 3 hours every day, in between 2 jobs, 45 minutes in the morning, every lunch break, every in between both jobs, every extra 15, 20 minutes I had, I was in that community. I was on those Zooms. I was listening. I was learning because I didn't know any better. I didn't know anything. I was in the trucking industry for over 20 years and waitress part-time. I didn't know anything, but I was willing to learn and I was consistent. Long story short, this single mom started learning and earning very quickly. And by 10 weeks, I was not only able to quit one of those jobs, but both of them in 10 weeks. It blew my mind. I became a stay-at-home mom for the first time. I could just jump in the car and go wherever I wanted because the system that was actually given to me it was on automations. And it's out there working for me. So it's still generating me an income, paying the bills. By 9 months in, you guys, I hit 100 grand. I just celebrated 1 year with this community and I am well over 200 grand earned. It's much easier having money in the bank. I'm going to tell you that right now. Much easier. But in this last year, I've not only paid off every bit of debt that I've had, I was able to pay off a car loan. I had just gotten a car 2 years ago, paid it off. I have no debt. I have money in 4 different accounts. I've booked 3 trips with my kids that I never could have done, ever. And now I get to put me and those kids first. I'm rebuilding those relationships. So from me to you, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're tired of the hustle and you just want your family back, this is my first summer ever in my life that I get to enjoy it. That's all because of this program. If you show up and you're consistent every single day for 2 to 3 hours and you're willing to put in the work for it, you can be just as successful. And I say success is in so many different ways, not just the money. Not just the money. It can give you a whole new life. So thank you for your time. And I hope tonight's the first day of a new life for you.
So awesome. I love your story. And yeah, that felt good to say. You got your first summer ever that you can do whatever you want.
I used to sit at work and cry because my kids were at home and I could never take them on a trip. I would literally cry at work because it broke my heart. I felt defeated as a mom that I couldn't give that to them. You know?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for taking action and learning something you had no idea about.
Oh, I know. And we're just getting started. We're
That's
just
right.
getting started.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so
Thank you,
much for
guys.
sharing. Ooh, so good. All right, guys, we're going to pass it over to Daryl. He's going to come on here and share his story with you. Daryl, you should be unmuted.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Hey, awesome. Man, I love all those testimonials. Love all those testimonials. So, guys, I'm just going to be real, genuine, authentic, and just raw because I want you guys to understand something. You don't have to come from money, first and foremost. I'm just a country boy from the state of Missouri who grew up in a shotgun house with a single mom and 14 kids that slept on a wood floor with no cover and a box fan. That's the God honest truth. So you don't have to come from money. You don't have to. I mean, I grew up getting seven in a house, getting $700 for food stamps and a $300 welfare check, raising 14 siblings. My mom did. So I just wanted to get that out the way because a lot of times people think they got to come from money. You got to have money passed down. It has nothing to do with that. So a little bit about myself, guys. Again, if you know my story, I worked as a welder for 14 years at a job. I was a 3-time employee of the month. Showed up every week, volunteered. I'm to my a true company man, no days off, miserable, almost lost my wife, almost lost relationship with my kids because I put the job before I put them. I mean, just miserable, still living paycheck to paycheck, behind on all my bills. Make a long story short, guys, I come in after giving that job almost 15 years of my life, blood, sweat, and tears. They came in on a Tuesday morning, make a long story short, and they fired me. They walked me out. I sat in the car crying, bawling. And I didn't even tell my wife for almost 2 days. I didn't tell you guys that. Not only was I homeless, and I didn't share this with you guys, but I actually stayed in a homeless shelter for 1 month, because of that. Just, I mean, it was a lot, guys. It was a lot. I was at a really deep part of my life. And I told myself, I didn't want to work for anybody else. The fact that somebody could come in there and just snap their fingers after giving them, almost 15 years, it was just too much for me. So I told myself, I had made up my mind. I didn't want to work for anybody. Make a long story short, guys, I came into the online space not knowing anything. I dabbled into a couple things, and I discovered this program right here through someone on January the 13th, and I joined on January the 15th. Now, before I get into my income, I want to share with you guys, and I had a whole bunch of things, but I just want to hit on a couple of them that they're on as far as like my success, and this is for me. So first and foremost, guys, my biggest thing is my why. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing. Why did you join? What was the reason why you joined this business? Because once you figure out the reason why you joined, that's what's going to keep you from quitting. If you don't have a real reason why you joined, if Lord forbid, if just because your website didn't get set up right, or you can't get your emails file sequences together, oh, it's the end of the day. Like, it's crazy how we can stress this job and want to quit after 3 days, but we can work at a job for 20 years, taking orders and being bossed around and taking 30-minute lunches and 10 or 15-minute breaks, right? So you have to know why. My why is, guys, is simple. I don't want to give a job, somebody, an entity or a business, the fact that on any given Sunday, they can come in and be like, hey, we're downgrading. And you got to understand, you're the person who's making the most money. You're going to be the person who get the axe first because they're trying to cut back. So I didn't want to do that. I never wanted to put myself in a position where I was away from my family. I'm in a shelter. My wife's over here. My kids over here. I didn't want to have any, I want to control my own income because I know the type of work ethic that I have, and I want my income to be based off my work ethic and not because I'm working for a Fortune 500 company that's making billions of dollars, and I'm only worth $22 an hour to that company. I didn't want to put myself in that. So you got to have a why. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Because your why is what's going to keep you going. I wrote these down, guys. I had to write these down. My next one, guys, is just staying consistent. No days off. When people ask me, Daryl, you're doing you're doing really well. Guys, I don't take any days off. It doesn't matter if I got the flu, pneumonia, COVID, like I'm showing up. I'm consistent. I'm consistent with my 2-hour workday. It's in blocks. I don't do it all at one time, but it is like everything for me. If I'm doing 30 minutes here, my wife, my kids, the dogs, they know nobody touches my circle, right? And you have to show up, and you have to, for me, I post my 3 videos. I go live for an hour, answer my emails. That is structure. You have to have structure, once you take your business serious. The next thing for me, guys, is watching other people who are doing better than you. Guys, let me tell you something. I went from January the 15th to January 31st, I made $5,000. That was more than I ever made working 75 hours a week for a whole month, 12 hours a day welding. And how my income end up going from 5,000 to 8,000 in February, I watched Michelle, I watched Tim, I watched Marianne, I watched Amy, I watched Victoria, I watched Jimmy. I was watching those guys because they were making more money, they were doing more. And I just started mastering the 2-hour workday because that's how important it is. And then my income went from 5,000 to 8,000, right? Again, showing up, not taking any days off, just continuing to learn. And then my next one, guys, is just being yourself. I think a lot of times when we get on video or whatever, we're trying to be somebody we're not. We're trying to be Michelle. We're trying to be Amy. We're trying to be Tim, right? It's good to follow them. And I learned a lot from all of those. And I put it together and I use it as myself. But I can only be who I am because I know if you can just be yourself, you're going to attract. There's 8 billion people in the world. You're going to attract your own type of people, right? So me being myself and doing that, guys, again, my income went from 5,000 in January, 8,000 in February to $38,600 in March. I had to pinch myself. I cannot tell you what type of income that is, guys. I mean, that's true life-changing income for me. And again, and then my 5th one, guys, is just staying consistent. Like, it is the biggest thing. There's nobody is going to have success without consistent. You can't work Monday and make a couple of dollars and take off Tuesday and Wednesday and come back. You have to work every day. You have to show up. Like I show up, guys. I keep a receipt from Regions years ago when my account was overdrawn $422.63. That's my motivation. That's why I stay consistent. That's why I show up. It doesn't matter how much money I make. I'm going to show up every day. Like if I don't make money, my wife's going to leave me. I'm not going to have a relationship with my kids. They're not going to eat. That's the type of hunger you have to have. And you have to continue to learn from just everybody, but you just got to be yourself, right? And so it's crazy because I remember one of the first people that I saw in this community was what's her name? Victoria, because she had made 6 figures in 5 months. And I wasn't even on TikTok then. I watched the TikTok train, I implemented, right? And I told myself I want to make 6 figures by the end of the year. That was my goal right out the gate. Guys, I hit 6 figures in 112 days, guys. That is a little bit over 3.5 months. Today is May the 15th. I joined on January the 15th, and I'm at a little bit over $110,000 in 120 days, which is just, I can't even tell you what that has done. I've paid off $27,000 in debt. The only other debt I have is about $15,000 for student loans, which will probably be paid off in the next 2 months max, guys. And I'm able to travel. Me and my wife are able to do stuff. I'm getting ready to go Monday for 3 days to Georgia. My daughter is planning for colleges down there. These are things, guys, I never got to do. I'm talking about 6 to 8 years. I missed out on this type of stuff. I'm getting ready to go to Jamaica. It's already paid for 8 people. I would have never not only had the time, but never been able to make that type of income to be able to take my whole family on a trip that was been on my bucket list probably since I was 12 years old. And so, guys, I just want you to understand that first and foremost, if you're here, this is the best business in the world. The fact that you can just work 2 hours a day and be able to learn skills that is going to pay you as long as the internet is around, because it's not going anywhere. It's almost like I wake up every day just like this. because I know that all I have to do is show up for 2 hours out of 24 hours. And I'm able to learn skill that's going to make me daily pay. That's going to have me living the life that I would have never, the only way I could have saw this coming was watching it, dreaming it on TV. And so now I'm actually living this, guys, all because of first of all because of a decision I made by joining when someone introduced it to me, because I could have kept on scrolling, right? But I joined, I've learned skills, and those skills are teaching me how to make daily pay. I'm a part of a thriving community, people who support me, who actually inspire me, who motivate me, and people who I can continue to learn from myself. And, I can name 1,000 other reasons, but those are just 5. Just again, what is your why? You have to stay consistent, guys. No days off. Watching other people who are doing better, you learning from them, staying consistent, and just be yourself. You will attract your own audience, guys. And so, I'll leave you guys with this and I'll get off, Michelle. Guys, I had a millionaire mentor tell me this in 2018. He said, Daryl, you have to stop being poor, man. He said, you have to stop being poor. And he wasn't talking about where I come from. He was talking about my mindset, guys. I was living paycheck to paycheck, but he said, you have to stop passing over opportunities repeatedly. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. He said, and I realized that train of that thought, that little thing that he invested, implemented in me, guys, that is the reason why I'm going to be one of those 7-figure earners that Michelle creates in this program. I know I will be, right? Because I would have never even thought of making 6 figures in under 4 months, let alone for the whole year. But this is the power of what we have up here. And so anyway, I can talk all day, but again, guys, it can be one day for you, or it can be day one, guys. And I highly recommend it for your, if you're smart, I don't say if you're smart, but guys, I would make it day one if I were you, because this is the best business in the world and we've got the best supporting cast around here. So thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you guys. And let's get it, guys.
I love it. I love that story. That's so good. One day or day one. So good. So now, you guys, I am honored to introduce to you guys our latest 6-figure income earner. I think she hit this morning like at 5:30 a.m. So none of us have ever heard her story or heard her talk. So we all get to learn from her and exactly her time frame she did it. I know it was under 2 months, you guys. So Jenna, I am going to unmute you and let you take it away, my friend.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
I'm so honored to be here. I have to say, I have been watching Michelle for the longest. I was one of the original IPSers, and I am even on the video. And you know what? I never knew this whole world of automation. I'm a mom. My name is Jenna Stone. For all of you who don't know me, some of you do, some of you don't. I'm a mom. I'm level 56. I don't say my age because I am level 56. It empowers me because of my wisdom and what I got to really grow from this community. And I'm going to make it short and sweet because I promised Michelle, but I could talk for hours. And I can tell you one thing, this community not only has expanded my knowledge, it has condensed my vision. I know. Condensed my vision to the point where you look at it in bite-sized portions. That is something that I love. See, basic duplicates. Complications do not. So the 2 things that I say all the time, confused money makes no money. Scared money makes no money. This doll of a mentor, because I linked up with her and I said, I need to learn how to get my life back. I have 3 kids in college, 25, 24, and 23, and they live home. I'm not a grandma yet, not yet. So I'm going to take pointers, okay? But when I was in my 30s, I had my kids, 3 kids. I am a former teacher, and my story is a little different. My husband and I went to very good colleges. We both had great jobs, but something tragic happened. He actually got into a car accident, and I was left with 3 babies. So I was like a single mom because he had to learn how to walk, how to talk, how to feed himself. So I had to go as a teacher. I had to go and get a second job. Now, he lost his job, so he became a stay-at-home dad, and he had to relearn other skills. His banking job, which he was the breadwinner, would not take him back. They were like, no, thank you. So we never think this is going to happen because, the dream was get married, go to school, get a job, get married, everything, right? So here I am in a cul-de-sac and I am struggling paycheck to paycheck. I had to quit my job. And the reason that I did that is because I either was going to be a terrible teacher or a sucky mom. Okay. I couldn't do both. I almost had like an epiphany that you have to really not get burned out because I am a strong woman. But you know what? I was putting up pretenses. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was like, what is going on? I was just like Michelle. I was like, I deserve more than this. I know this happened. And sometimes we look at God and go, God, why me? But I said, God, try me. Just try me. And I just pushed through and pushed through. And, I'm happy to say I became debt free because of online. I turned to the online space because I was really tired. My parents were dying. I didn't have time to spend time with them. They are no longer with me. But you know what? I made it happen. And so what I wanted to share of the utmost is that we don't think about people when they come to us and they look at us all crazy eyes and say, oh, this is a scam. Do you know what scam stands for? Still confused about money. These people think that we have a scam. No, the scam is that we were brainwashed to grow up, to stop dreaming, to adults, and to go to school and get a job. J-O-B. Daryl, I've known him for years. Poor is a great analogy. Job, just over broke. Job, just jumping over bills. I mean, I can go on and on. At the end of the day, sometimes you have to go through the mess to get to success. I thank God for every struggle. I thank God for everything that happened to me because it made me who I am today. This business needs grit. So if I have to give you a couple of tips, the first one is you have to have grit. You have to have that thinking that everything is figure outable, everything, okay? Nothing is above you. Your mindset tells you, no, you can't do it. But you know what? When somebody says that's impossible, I did it in 55 days. I said to myself, I was going to do it. I was going to hit 6 figures. And yes, when people ask me, do I have a following? Absolutely, I have a following. But you know what? 19,000 people aren't buying from me. Maybe 100 people I got reactions from. So I had to step out of my comfort zone and learn Michelle's way. Now I am on TikTok barely, but I started faceless. I did today go on my story. I went on my story, and I did a very quick video. And I was proud of myself because it was hard for me to do short content. So it's a step. So I'm learning that from Michelle. This community, I'm learning so much from everybody. I get a lot of messages in my inbox. I try to answer all of them. And all I can tell you is don't ask me tech questions. I don't know them. I'm not a techie person. What I love about this system, it's automated. It's done for you. All you need to do is just plug in and just be coachable, be teachable. And you don't have to learn everything overnight. Geez, oh my gosh. Don't worry. Everything will come in order. Just learn a little, go apply it, and stay motivated. It is supposed to be hard. This is brand new. Tiger Woods didn't wake up and become a millionaire and learn golf overnight. He was doing it from, 5 years old. Don't compare your chapter 2 to anybody's chapter 22. It's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to fight through it. You're supposed to have grit. So my best tips to you is have the moxie, have that grit, have that mindset that no matter what cards you are dealt, you don't have to play them. You could trade them in, you could start over, you could refocus, reprogram, and just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it just because they gave up, just because they stopped dreaming. When you're a kid, all you do is dream. When you become an adult, you forget your dreams and you end up at a job, and it sucks the life out of you. I love teaching, don't get me wrong, but you know what? I didn't like the pay. I didn't like living paycheck to paycheck. One time, that car, my truck, almost got repossessed, and I'm in the cul-de-sac. So embarrassing. Negotiating with him. I never wanted to be that way. So if you're struggling, just know being poor or being broke happens. Staying there is a choice. So look in the mirror and say, you know what? I don't care how much money I'm making right now. That's just paper. I'm worth more. I'm worth more. I'm priceless. I'm going to keep doing what I have to do for freedom. So Michelle's taught me the automations gave me my life back, because with my kids living home, I have a brand new baby boy. His name is Bentley. Yeah, I'm not pregnant. It's a puppy, because last year I lost 3 dogs, adult dogs. I'm a dog mom. I absolutely love the fact that I put my automations on. Greek Easter, I made money. Mother's Day, I made money. I wake up and I cannot believe that I don't have to be married to my phone, married to Zooms, married to just worrying about when my next dollar is going to come from. That has never happened. I learned that all here. So to recap, 5 quick tips for you. Number 1 is know that being broke happens. Getting out of it is a choice. So your mindset is number 1. Number 2, your past tense is not your life sentence. Please, whatever happened in the past is failure, and you fail fast forward. Failure, FAIL, first attempt in learning. That's right. You have to fail to succeed. First attempt in learning. Don't take failure as it's something bad. You cannot worry about what's going to happen to you. Fear, on the other side, is faith. Okay. And the last thing I want to tell you, I think that's the last thing. I could talk on and on. I just love this program. The road to success, somebody said it is filled with potholes. There's mountains and there's valleys, okay? The mountains are great. When you climb one, guess what? It's great to be on the top. You got to go back down again and climb another mountain. So just don't get stuck in the valley. Don't pitch a tent there. Nobody's going to come to save you in the valley. You need to understand that you're going to make it no matter what. The only way you can fail is if you quit. If you quit, you're done. And I love every single lesson that Michelle puts in the 90-day challenge. So I'm going to plug the $900 program right now, because I'm the queen of it. When people ask me about it, I tell them straight up, you have to do legacy, because it just ties everything together. It's like, I have a mother-in-law. I love her to pieces. I tell her, how do you make your baked clams? They never taste as good as yours. And every time I make them, she goes, oh, I didn't tell you to put a little bit of onion. No, you didn't tell me the onion. That's how I feel about Legacy Builders. It has all the ingredients. It's got every component, and it ties it together. I love, love, love the fact that Michelle has made it bite-sized. So make sure that you're consistent. Your why is strong. Because all the stuff that was already said, I'm just repeating, but it's so true. And stay focused. And then also, don't pour out of an empty cup. If you're ever feeling drained, okay, because everything in the cup is to give to other people. But when you start spilling, that's for you. That's for you. Don't overdo it. Don't burn out, because that happened to me. And all you need to do is just disconnect, go and read. Take some time and read, because this is personal development, okay? This is personal development with a paycheck. And we have a blessing in our mouth. So when you're sharing it with people, understand that that's for them. That's not for you. You're sharing. So don't be afraid to share. I mean, God, damn, you bothers me 55 million times a day. Think about that, right? They're showing me things. I'm like, what? I don't even need anything. So don't be afraid to share. It's not recruiting. You're just sharing from your heart. And when you share from your heart, I love your shirt, Michelle. I call myself a hope dealer. My acronym is a little bit different. Help one person every day. When you help people solve their problems, God helps you. We're in the people business. We are not in the product business. You are selling yourself, and you are selling hopes and dreams. I hope that everybody on this call knows that you have a blessing in front of you. Don't take it for granted. We learn from everybody here. I've never met a more supportive community. We share with our hearts and we grow. And I attribute it all to Michelle because she sets the tone. She's such an amazing mentor and she set the bar for us so high. Okay, but that's good because you have to stretch. Last thing that I'm going to tell you, and I know my time is up. Every life form reaches its fullest capacity except humans. Think about it. Mr. Tree, how many leaves are you going to grow? As many as I can grow. How many roots are you going to grow? As many roots as I can grow. Mr. Lion, how fast can you run? As fast as I can go. Gazelle, how fast can you run? As fast as I can go to get away from the lion. Every life form reaches its maximum capacity except for human beings. And do you know why? Because we have been given the dignity of choice. We've been given the dignity of choice. Choose well, my friends. You have a life. It's too short to be little. Spend time with your families, your loved ones, travel. I've been able to do so much more now than ever before because I'm not present in front of my family. People say, why are you on your phone? And I was embarrassed to say, I need to be on my phone. That's my business. But now I'm like, I leave it home. I go out freely. I come back and there's money there because of the system, the brilliant system that we learned here. And thank you again, Michelle, because without you, you would be so lost. And again, we would still make money, but you can always make more money. You can never make more time. So live on your own terms 24/7 and go out there and make it happen. Thank you so much for allowing me to share.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I love that. So you guys, now I'm going to pass it over to Victoria, you guys, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and she's going to share her story, how this business has impacted her. And yes, you guys, I'm going to get to more of the program here. We got 2 more people, then we're going to get to that. I can promise you guys. Okay. So Victoria, I will let you take it away.
Okay, hey. I'm gonna try to make it short and sweet because I know everyone is like sitting tight. Oh, and my light is going on and off. So we're gonna be doing this kind of in the dark. Anyway, hey you guys. All right, so I am Victoria. I am a stay-at-home mama. I have 3 little boys. 2 of them are special needs. Like my oldest is autistic. And my husband is active duty Army. And so when I found this, we were living paycheck to paycheck. Put a 1 in the comments if you are currently living paycheck to paycheck. Or if you were living paycheck to paycheck when you started this, put a 1 in the comments. Because you guys, at least in America, 62% of us are living paycheck to paycheck, right? And so what happened was we were living off of my husband's Army paycheck, waiting on the next one. I had my own online boutique. Prior to that, I had dabbled with MLM. When I say dabbled, I mean, I spent 7 years in an MLM, okay? Because I wanted to try to find a way to work from home. You guys, if you are on this call, that means that you too have been trying to find a way to work from home, because who in their right mind would not want to work less and make more? Who in their right mind would not want more time freedom to do the things that you want to do, right? And so that's why I initially started doing MLM. And this is not an MLM, okay? But I did that for 7 years because I wanted more time with my kids. But what I really got was my face glued to my phone with my kids over here going, mommy, mommy, mommy. And I'm like, I'm over here trying to make $7 on a mascara because that's what I thought I had to do to work from home. And so I got stuck in the cycle of parties and recruiting and salesy posts and cold messaging and follow up and all of these things. And so when we're talking about making $900 a day, working 2 hours a day, I couldn't fathom that because I spent 7 years in that world where for me to make $900, I had to get 128 customers. And so then I'm seeing somebody saying, hey, you can actually only work 2 hours a day. You better believe I was the first in line to throw hands and be like, that's a scam. It's got to be another MLM. It's got to be a pyramid. It's got to be like, I'm trying to justify it in my head because we are so conditioned to believe that if you want to make more, you need to work more, right? We're told, hey, go get a college degree, go and like once you have your degree, go get a 9-to-5. And if you're not making enough there, go get another job and work overtime and another job, right? Until the day that you freaking die. That is what we are told. And so like I was always trained to think that way. And so I was mega skeptical. So I want you to understand, if you are here and you're sitting there and you're saying, okay, well, all of this, you know, these are pretty words, like sounds too good to be true. You are not alone. You're actually sitting with a room of people who had the same thoughts. Dead honest. Okay. When I went into this, when I tell you it was a Hail Mary for me, we were in a position where I needed a new transmission. I needed 6 rental cars while my car was in the shop for 6 weeks. I needed new tires. And all of this was while my online boutique like completely failed. I hadn't made a sale in there in 6 weeks. And so when I tell you this was a Hail Mary, you guys, this was like okay, I'm doing this, but I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it like to try to make $1,200 a month. Okay. When I tell you these numbers, I want you to understand that I have been broke as a freaking joke. I have worked 3 jobs. I have been in a position where I was living in a tiny apartment. My tub spit up rust and grime, and I could not even afford heat for 6 months. Like, oh my gosh, like Jenna was saying, it is not a decision to be broke, but it is your decision to stay there. I say this all the dang time. So when I dove into this, I was praying I would make $1,200 a month. In my first month alone, I made $29,000. I've never seen an income like that in even a year. You guys, no joke, in even a year. In 2022, with my online boutique, I made $16,000 for the year. That was with my online boutique. Okay. So when I hit that in my first month doing this, my husband and I are sitting here saying over and over, this is crazy. This is insane. Like, what is this? Like, this is a gold mine, right? I started to realize, man, something that sounds too good to be true actually can be good and true at the same dang time. 5 months and 8 days in, I hit my first 6 figures. And now I am 9 months in. I'm not even to 10 months yet, you guys. And I am now over $300,000 in less than 10 months. I actually hit 300K yesterday, and now I'm already at about 310. Like, that's in a 24-hour span. Okay. That is how wild this is. The last 4 weeks, I've made over $100,000. And that's with the launch of this program. All right. With the launch of this, that is what we have here, you guys. It is a freaking unicorn gold mine opportunity. So the 3 things I'm going to tell you, these are the 3 things, because everything that everybody else has already told you about what it takes to be successful, I could echo on that time and time again about being coachable, being consistent, having the right mindset. Abso-freaking-lutely, every one of those things. The one thing that I will, or 3 things that I will say. Number 1, I am a shares person, not a salesperson. 100% of the time, I am being a shares person. That means I'm relating with people. Okay. So when I am like, I create content, that's what I do. In part of my 2-hour workday, I create content. I am doing that with the intention to relate with somebody. So I talk about my life. I talk about being a boy mama, having special needs kids, being an army wife, like, and I'm sharing about what I have found, because there are plenty of people on the internet, if you're just scrolling, that could say, hey, you guys, do you want to learn how to make $900 a day and work 2 hours a day? Say me. Like, there's plenty of people that could say that. Those are the salespeople, right? But when you are connecting with somebody, when you are sharing, it hits a completely different way. Ask yourself this: if you go and buy furniture at a store, are you more likely to buy from the salesperson that's following you around, that's just like, okay, you want this couch, let's go buy this, right? Or the person that's getting to know you, getting to know what you want in your furniture, or things like that. All right. Wildly different. Second thing I'm going to tell you is it takes a CEO mentality. You guys, nobody, Michelle has said this before, nobody has ever made 6 figures with their hand being held. Now, hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. You don't need a mentor to succeed here. you don't need a mentor because everything is spelled out for you Barney style. I mean, the way that the entire program is set up is basically holding your hand, but you have to have the CEO mentality to know, okay, if I need help, I'm going to utilize the search bar. I'm going to utilize our community. I'm going to utilize these videos. I'm going to be proactive in making this work for me. You have to have a CEO mentality, okay? The third thing, every single time that I am creating content, I do it with the intent to get somebody to stop their scroll to listen to me. I do it with the intent to set myself apart from every other piece of content that they see on the internet. Talking about TikTok, for example, because where I market, I do everything on TikTok. Doing that, my intent is to get someone to stop their scroll for me in 2 seconds. When you are relating with people, when you're being a shares person and you're doing this with the intent to get somebody to stop their scroll, my goodness, you guys, you can go from 0 to hero, in a month. I'm not kidding you. And so I want you to understand that wherever you're at right now, whatever the first half of the year was for you, it's gone. Okay. It's gone. Put it behind you. I started this July 19th of last year. I was broke July 19th of last year. And I ended 2023 as a 6-figure income earner. So where do you want to be at the end of this year? You have that decision to make right now. So that is my story of how I've made over 300 grand in the last 9.5 months. And I cannot even tell you guys, the most exciting thing for me with this entire journey is seeing the fruit of me sharing. And what I mean by that is the people that have gotten a program and then seeing them come home to their babies, leaving their jobs, and now making their first 6 figures and so on and so forth. I have a couple people that I know that I have helped them become 6-figure income earners because I said yes to this, right? And so one of my girls, she's not able to share tonight, but I want to tell you a little bit about Chrisanne. She was going to share and she's not able to tonight, but she is a mama to 5. She does acting and all of these multiple jobs on the side. And she wanted to add this to her plate, even though she's so busy. She's got all of this stuff going on. And so she started this, I believe about 6 months ago. And in her first 6 months, she hit 100 grand. And now get this, because her parents watched her. I don't know if they're on here tonight, but her parents watched her for 4 months and they watched her until she hit 80 grand. Okay. And then they said, you know what? Why not us? Even though they didn't know anything about tech or social media or anything like that too, but they saw their daughter do it. And so, and they're the cutest couple. I don't want to get their ages wrong, but I think they're 64, 74, something like that. Okay. And they've never done this before. In their first month, they hit 10 grand. And so this is just, it's a ladder, right? Of the people that you impact and then the people that they impact. And it is changing lives. And it is the coolest freaking thing to be a part of. So that's a little bit of my story and then Chrisanne's story. And now one of my other girls, Ashley, I get to introduce her to. She is also a stay-at-home mama and she hit her first 6 figures very quickly as well. And I believe she's now over 165 grand in just a few months. I believe 4 or 5 months, she can tell you. But Ashley, are you here?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited, my friends, and just so honored to be sharing with all of these superstars. But I really, really hope that you are catching a vision for what this can be for you. And I really, really hope that you are hungry, for change, that you are hungry to do what it takes to pivot. Because here is the reality. I'm a stay-at-home mama, and I have always wanted to be a stay-at-home mama, but that wasn't a choice for me in the beginning. And I went through the corporate world. I went through 3 layoffs through no fault of my own. And when that happened, it was actually a huge blessing because I was like, this is going to be my opportunity to maybe go into network marketing and figure out that I can be home with my kids. And I spent 8 years in that space. And I love network marketing and it can be good. But here's the thing, like you're making a very small percentage. And the truth of the matter is that it is hard to win big in that space. And it is hard to help a lot of people win. And my goal and my heartbeat is to not only succeed, but help a lot of people find the freedom and unlock those chains that hold you back. And the truth is that you have chains, and maybe it is a financial chain, maybe it is emotional stress, maybe it is even a physical chain of like not being able to leave a job you don't like or not being able to be home. But when you can bring extra income into your wallet, you will get options. And options will give you freedom, and it will allow you to choose what is important to you, but most importantly, what is not important to you and what you don't want in life. You don't want to have to work overtime. You don't want to have to miss out on your kids. You don't want to have to rely on the 9 to 5 because you are hearing a lot of consistency with people that have gotten laid off and realize the importance of another stream of income. You were hearing people that wanted more for their family. And I talk about this a lot. When you hit your D day, that is your desperation day, when you are ready for change. And after spending 8 years in network marketing and having some success and having some failures and the ups and downs, I got burnt out. And while I did have some financial freedom, I did not have time freedom. And I cannot tell you how much time I missed out on my kids. While we were home, I was still living on my phone. We would go on a vacation and I was hustling the next sale and I was messaging a million people. And this business is different. And I want you to know that this is a solution if you want it to be. I sat back and I watched for almost a year. And I actually bought another course. I was debating between this and another course. I bought another course, and literally 3 days later, I bought this because it's a program, and a program that is interactive. You are going to get mentorship. You are going to get guidance. You can be a beginner. You don't have to have a following. You don't have to have tech skills, and it teaches you the automations so you can literally put your phone aside. This morning, I was getting my kids ready for school and I had a $900 ding come in at 7:30. I had another $900 ding come in at 8:30. I had not even picked up my phone. And then I was walking with my husband and I had another $900 ding come in while we were walking. And that is the power of what this is. And so if you catch the vision of what this can be, what has made the success for me, and I am, like Victoria said, I've made almost $69,000 in 4 months. And so when I saw this, I was working harder than ever in network marketing and my business was going down. And I sat back and I was like, this has got to be too good to be true, just like everyone else is on here has said. But I said, you know what? Like, what if it's not? I am sitting here watching the world go by and people make crap tons of money and I am missing out. And I knew about social media, but I said, if I can get this and I can learn just a little, then it's a win. And if I can resell one course, then I have made my money back. And that was my goal. Literally skeptical and my income was dropping. I was like, I will buy this. If I can help one person, then that's great. And then my goal would be to make a couple $1,000s. And I guarantee you, if you were to ask all these top earners, most people, and I know Michelle shares this, most people have a small goal. Like Michelle, I think wanted to make like in the 50,000s in her first year. I heard Victoria's story of making $29,000 in her first month. And I said, if she can do it, then I can do it. Because here's the thing. A lot of people have been to the moon, but it took one person. It takes one person to do anything in the world. And if one person can do it, then you can do it. But you have to have the grit. You have to have the consistency. You have to figure it out. And I made $22,000 in my first month. That is more money than I had ever earned in any corporate career in the medical field. That was any money, biggest month out of all my network marketing. And in my third month, I had a $50,000 month because I kept going. And what you will see is that the more that you serve other people, this is a business of helping others, casting vision, explaining what this is, helping them unlock freedom. And by helping other people, it's going to be an automatic win for you. And so the $900 may like blow your mind and you're like, how are people earning $50,000 in a month? You can get started. And if you plug in and follow the program, $10,000 can absolutely be attainable by the end of this month. And we have 2 weeks, and you may be blowing your mind on that, but that is literally helping 11 people get started with the legacy program. So this is not too good to be true. And I always cast vision for that legacy. So be real, be raw, do it messy, do it scared, because if you never get started, then you're going to fail. But I promise you, nobody will fail in this program if you show up, if you apply what you are learning, if you're coachable, if you're excited. And the other last thing is be like, share daily. It is okay. You are not blowing up your feed. And I promise you that not every single person is in your feed every single day. The algorithm is different. And there's a lot of different platforms, but don't set limitations for yourself, because the people on this call right now that have earned 6 figures, I guarantee you didn't set limitations. And some of the things that I see that people come to me and they're like, well, I'm not making any money, but I'm not going to post on my Facebook because I don't want my friends and my family to know. And I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, well, here's the deal. If you treat it like a business, you will get paid like a business. And if you are in a cubby hole, you will always stay there. And so you have got to get out of that. You are not a flipping tree. Go move, go break the chains, because this absolutely is a life-changing business if you choose it to be. It is such an honor to share. And I'm just so excited to lock arms with each and every one of you. And truly, like they said, let this be day one.
So awesome, Ashley. Thank you for sharing. I love your story and congratulations on all your success. It's awesome. So you guys, everybody's like, okay, how do I get started? How do I be part of this? What am I selling? I'm paying attention to your guys' questions. Okay, so let's quickly dive into that. And then what we're going to do next is open up for questions. So if you guys have any questions, I asked two things, and that is one, the questions are only for our guests. If you're inside the community, just go back to the community and ask your questions. We're there to help you 24/7, right? So let's just honor the guest on, and we're going to answer their questions. But also, second thing is show your video. I want to be able to look at you in the eyes. And if you have a question for one of the other 6-figure income earners, just let us know who your question is for. Okay. But we're going to just spend about 15 minutes here and just answer a handful of questions. So how do you get started? Well, this is our Legacy Builder program. You guys, when you get started with our Legacy Builder program, you immediately get 4 income streams. You can generate an income of $100, $300, $600, and $900. That is $1,900 worth of products that you get to promote and make 100% profit. You also get to be part of the program we actually hosted inside Kajabi, and you can do it on an app on your phone as well. So it's so mobile friendly. And then you get to be part of our amazing community, which we have 17,500 people inside our community. And remember what Marianne said, she loved the daily videos. Right now, we have a 30K in 90-day run going on where we are walking you through how to make 30K in 90 days. And just like Ashley said, 10K a month is very doable. That's only 11 people. And when you think about that, you guys, there's 5 billion people on social media, and all you need is 11 to buy from you on a monthly basis to make 10K a month. pretty awesome. And we walk you through that process. So you see this content vault here? We give you the ideas of what type of content to create. No matter if you want to create faceless videos or talking videos, we walk you through that step by step. So what are you going to learn inside the Legacy Builder program? You're going to learn launch to profit in 7 days. You're going to learn how to automate your business. That's your freedom. I've seen in the comments, people like, there is no way you guys can be making this type of money working 2 hours a day. That is 2 hours of income earning activities. So for example, I would spend 30 minutes copying, pasting free ads and 1 hour creating 3 pieces of content and 30 minutes responding to emails, responding to comments, and on learning. That's what we mean by 2 hours of income earning activities. Then your automations take over, and then you can do what you want the rest of that time. If you want to learn and earn more, or if you want to create more content, but we've figured out a priority focused time for 2 hours a day can make all of the difference. And then you're also going to learn how to make passive daily pay. 900 a day, you guys, that's 328,000 a year. You're also going to learn how to create a reoccurring income stream through your email list. I mean, you have reoccurring bills. Why not learn how you can create a reoccurring income? My goal inside the community is to help my community make more money in reoccurring income than they do reoccurring bills by December. And then you're also going to learn even how to create your own community or program or product if you want to. I have a lot of people that purchase a program from me and because they want to be a coach, right? And so they purchase my program to learn how to create that, but also learn how to market that. Do you guys realize that's why most businesses go out of business? They have no idea how to market. And then you're also going to learn how to build a legacy and make 6 and 7 figures online. My goal with the Legacy Builder program is to create 1,000 millionaires inside the Legacy Builder program. So hang tight, either join us or watch us, but you're going to see millionaires happen because we have a proven process. You just got to be willing to be coachable and consistent and follow the process. Now, when you get started today, you're going to get access to these bonuses. You're going to get access to a complete crash course for Canva. Michelle, she's the tech gal, Michelle S., the tech gal inside our community. She over-delivered with her Canva crash course. You're going to be part of our community. You're going to get access to how I created $1 million in 17 months. You're going to get the complete step-by-step blueprint. You're going to get a 30-day market growth strategy plan. You guys, this is how you can go from no following, complete beginner friendly, and build a business and build a following and build your email list in 30 days. You're going to learn exactly how to do that. You're also going to learn how to start an online business with master resale rights. And you're also going to get 200 digital product ideas. So if you want to find your own business you want to launch, you'll get 200 ideas of that. You get how to have the right message, marketing, and mindset to make your first million. And you're also going to get how to build an invisible empire, the faceless branding training. So you get access to all of that and for income streams, you guys, for only $900. That's access over $1,900 worth for only $900. And you know what I love? One customer and you're in profit mode. Pretty awesome. Everything that you get. What if it turns into one customer a day and you make $328,000? But let me give you a really cool idea. You heard what Ashley said. You guys, when I discovered this, my goal was to make $54,000 a year working 2 hours a day. I never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I could make 6 figures. So let me ask you a question. What if you had a similar goal like that and you made $30,000 this year? What if next year you had momentum going and you made $900 a day? You realize in 3.5 years, you're a self-made millionaire. All because you plugged into a program and you learned digital marketing skills. It's absolutely amazing. Now, many of you might be going, that's not in my budget or that's not one of my goals. Well, we do have 3 other programs as well. We have a $600 digital mastery that will give you 3 income streams. We have a $300 passive daily paid blueprint that will give you 2 income streams. And we have the Launchpad that will give you 1 income stream. So you get to pick the product that is best for your goals and dreams. But I will tell you guys what, the digital world isn't going anywhere. The e-learning industry in 2019 did $950 million for 1 year. In 2023, it literally did $1 billion a day. So what it used to take an entire year to do is doing it in 1 day. Then the first quarter of 2024, you guys, it's $1.2 billion a day. It's projected with the growth it's going now to be a $3 billion a day industry. And look what's happening when it's just 1 billion a day. So I'm telling you what, if you guys are ready to take your generational struggle and create a generational wealth and truly leave a legacy for your family, I definitely want to be the first to welcome you to the Legacy Builder program. And I can't wait to see you inside the community. You've received an email from the person that invited you. If you just go back to that email, scroll down to the very bottom, you will actually see where you can go and get started. And once you do, go back inside the community and put in there that you got started, because we want to celebrate with you. So now what we're going to do now is we're just going to open up for questions. Okay. So again, show your camera if you have any questions. If you got to bounce off of here, you can get back with the person that invited you and they can answer your questions as well. Yay, Laura. I think this is amazing as well. Yes. So any guest on the phone, does anybody have any questions? We will see real quick and take about 5 minutes, 10 minutes here and answer any questions. Oh, anyone?
I don't see any hands.
What about taxes? Okay, you know, guys, it's no different than anything, right? At your job, you pay taxes, but let me share a really fun story with you. So I went to a mastermind in December and the lady said, after expenses, and you know what? Your expenses are amazing, by the way. The tax deductions that you get, tax breaks you get for an online business is awesome. She goes, after expenses, saves 30% back. So that's exactly what I did. Well, I overestimated of what I was going to have to pay back. And I made a lot of money and I had a lot left over. I thought I would have to pay in more than I did. I actually was able to take that huge chunk and I was able to open these certain retirement funds for all of my grandchildren and my children that when they're 40 years old, you guys will all be millionaires. Because I saved more back in taxes and I didn't have to expend it all. So when you get a really good accountant and you understand the tax breaks and stuff, it's absolutely amazing. So I'm able to now, I went from being stressed and overwhelmed and not knowing how I was going to help put my son through college to now creating life insurance policies that they can all cash out and become millionaires in their 40s. So anyway, you guys, I absolutely love this opportunity. And that's just the beginning for my family, that's for sure. So, okay.
All right, we've got a couple here. We've
Okay.
got Dan. Dan, we'll have you go first.
All right. Hey, thanks. And maybe you went over this just barely. I apologize. I just had a dishwasher guy come replace a dishwasher and a lot of commotion with that. So I apologize if I'm asking a question that was just answered. So what is it that we're selling?
Well, you can, like I said, I can show you how to create your own product or program, but we promote the 4 different digital programs: the Launchpad, the Passive Daily Pay Blueprint, the Digital Mastery, and the Legacy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that means, but I'm sure once I jump into things, it'll be explained.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And when the person who invited you, if you go back to their website and scroll to the very bottom, you can click on them and you can look at all the different programs there.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks.
Uh-huh. All right, looks like we have Tony.
Yes, good evening. My name is Tony Castillo. I'm from Florida. The person who invited me, I've been involved in network marketing, doing business all over the world. Do you have this program? And the person who sent me the information is a very successful building network marketing too. Do you have this program in Spanish?
Not yet.
Okay, but it's coming, because
Yes.
that would be great. That would be very, very, especially, we are in the
Yes.
market of the Latino market.
We're
and
working on it.
We do network marketing through all the world in the Spanish
Oh, yeah.
community. So
We are an international business, you guys. Our community, we probably have like 6,000 inside our community just from South Africa, alone. So United States, South Africa, then it goes Canada, United Kingdom and Australia, and then Philippines are the top 6 countries we have. So we literally are all over the world. So yeah.
All right, we've got Noreen.
Yes, we've got it. Hi, thank you for this evening. We have a quick question. I've heard a lot of talk on using TikTok. So is this heavy on the TikTok social media, or is it applied to any media, social media across the way?
Love this question. Thank you so much for asking. No, we've had a lot of people had a lot of success on Facebook. We've had people that have had their success on YouTube, some on Instagram, right? And then some of us on TikTok. So it works for every single platform. Yeah. And you get trained on all platforms.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a quick question also. Is there any differences between what happens in the US and Canada?
What do you mean differences?
In terms of payment plans, in terms of taxes, that kind of thing?
Nope.
Okay.
Yep. And since you are in Canada, then you'll be able to offer payment plans for Canadians.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Good question.
Okay, so, let me see. Geez, keeps bouncing around. Okay, we've got Camille.
Hi.
There you go.
I'm doing this from my phone. I usually do it from my computer, so I'm learning where all the buttons are on the phone. Okay, so I've got a few questions. One is, how long has this program been going? When was it first launched? How does the mentor program work? For example, are you the mentor over all 17,000 people? And can I use this program because I don't have any other products that I sell. I'm not an influencer. I'm a realtor. And so I've already got an online presence professionally that, of course, I'm concerned about overlap or just how that transcribes. So what would you suggest on how to work that? Those are my 3 questions.
Question. So first of all, I launched my business in September of 2022. And when I started having success, I wanted to make sure that my customers, I could, help them and communicate with them. So I created the community in November of 2022. And then in December, I had a vision of putting 1,000 people in the community in 2023, because I knew if I put 1,000 people in the community between me and my customers, it would create many 6-figure income earners. So that's when the community was launched. We actually hit 1,000 in May of 2022. And then we launched the Legacy Builder program the end of March. It officially launched to the world of April of 2022. And here's why. Kind of like what you said, you're a realtor. I have so many people that already have an existing business, and they're like, I just need to know how to get customers for my existing business, right? Or how do you create your own product? Or how do you create reoccurring income streams? How do you build an email list, right? And so I filled the gaps. And so that's when we launched that. And in 45 days, it's done $4.8 million. And so the results have been absolutely amazing. It's created more 6-figure income earners in a quicker time. And so that's what I really love. I love what we've created. I do the live Legacy Builder calls. They're every Tuesday, and they're live and interactive. And so I will do a training. It's different training every week. And then it will take me about 15, 20 minutes. And then I'll put you in what's called a breakout room, where you're in a breakout room with like 5 to 7 other people. And then you have the ability to go over the strategy I shared with you. And here's what I love, because so many people have had a breakthrough in the breakout rooms. Because here's something, you guys, you don't know what your blind spots are. You don't know where you need to pivot. You don't know what you need to shift. And so when you're in a room with 5 to 7 other people and you're hearing other people, you're like, oh my gosh, that's me, or I can relate to that, or, oh, that makes sense, let's go. And that's why people are growing so quickly. So that's every Tuesday. And now we have so many other 6-figure income earners. So we have them train on Mondays and Thursdays, right? We always have different trainers. Like this coming Monday, we have a gal inside our community that's going to be training you guys on Linktree. No, LinkedIn. Sorry, LinkedIn. She's going to do an amazing LinkedIn training for you guys, right? So we're always giving you great strategies. We have a mindset coach that comes in usually once a month. Her name is Laura St. John. Write it down. You guys check her out. Laura St. John. She's actually a mindset and a very successful coach in California. She's even been on Netflix movies, and she really works with superstars and things like that. And she'll come on and mentor our community once a month as well. So you guys are literally equipped with every single thing that you need. Plus, inside the program is your launch to profit, exactly what to do in 7 days, right? So you have those actionable steps as well, plus the deep dive training that we have.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, looks like we've got, is it Hemp?
Oh, you're muted, my friend.
Can you
Oh,
hear
there
me?
you are.
There
Yep.
you go.
How you doing? Well, again, my name is Ham Hooten, and I just have a few questions actually. My situation is kind of different. I'm a retired veteran, and I have my own business now. And my last kid has just graduated just yesterday, so I kind of have
Well,
some free time on my
congratulations.
hands, and I travel a lot, with what I do. So the mastering the 2 hour deal is really, I think, is going to work for me. But and I noticed I said it on the last webinar that you had, and you were telling us about the multiple streams of income that you have. And so I just have a few questions surrounding the business part of that. Like, do you have to have a separate EIN for each individual stream of income, or
No.
or you don't? Or what about like a business LLC or business name for what we're doing here?
I mean, I
A
do
business
now. I didn't when I started, but like your payment gateway that you pick to use, PayPal, Stripe, Wise, there's tons of them,
Okay.
Square. They give you a 1099 at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're good with that, right? And so you can do it. So you be considered like the contractor, right? So you get all the write-offs with that. So you don't have to at the very beginning to create an LLC.
Okay, so and then also as far as the domain and the professional email, is that something that I need to have in place before I purchase?
No, because we will show you how to do all of that inside the community.
Okay, and then just one other question here. As far as access to the community, once I do purchase, do you all send out any kind of notifications or like the classes? Like I know you mentioned Monday and Thursday and Tuesday and something else. Is there any notifications that go out or reminders that go out?
Oh yeah.
Because like I travel a lot.
Yeah, definitely. But let me even show you a little bit more convenience. Check this out. So this is what our community looks like, right? And check this calendar. You always see what's happening next, right?
Awesome.
Here, let me
Yeah, okay.
So you always see, but you can go right here to the calendar and you can check that stack and you see exactly what calls are coming and when they are. It's all right there at your fingertips. But yeah, you also are notified. And so, for example, you'll see, well, I don't know if I can, I'm just showing you the inside. Look, remind members 1 day before. So you're also emailed and notified when the calls are as well.
And another question that I have, like again, because like I said, I travel a lot. Can a lot of this be done as far as equipment wise? Would it be safe to say that you actually need a laptop or as opposed to an iPad? Or okay. So
now, what I recommend for your setup, if you use like a laptop for your setup, is just so much quicker. But that could be 2 hours. And then I do everything from 4 apps on my phone. That's it.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
I think that's all I actually can think of at the time. That's it.
Good questions. Can't wait to see you in the community, my friend.
Yes, can't wait to get there.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love your energy. Let's go.
Yes. All right, Michelle, we've got Dan and then Shanti, and that'll be the last of them.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. All right, Dan, You can go ahead and unmute.
All right, you can hear me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. So my situation is a little different, and obviously all of our situations are different. So my reason that I would even consider this, my friend Dale's on here tonight, is I'm a real estate agent, but I live in the Western Caribbean. I live on the island of Roatan. So I'm off the coast of Honduras. I've been here almost 6 years. I'm one of the top agents in the entire country for multiple years. So I don't have the stories I used to have when I was broke and I lived in my car and I ate from a soup kitchen and from a church, and you grow through that and change the mindset. So I've been around that and I've had a level of success. But here, I don't live in the US. I'm a US citizen, but I'm also a Honduran resident. My fiance Karina is a Honduran citizen. So for us, the question really becomes about pay. Honduras is always blacklisted, because it gets a bad rap. Most people are like, oh my God, you're going to Honduras. Trust me, it's more beautiful than you can ever imagine. And there's a lot of perks to it. But being paid. So do I have to have I have a US account, had it for 25 plus years. Do I get paid on a US account? You mentioned PayPal earlier, which I have. I don't have any of the other ones. How do we pay? And if we wanted to get paid in Honduras, is there a way to do that? Or is Honduras even a country that's involved? Or I'm not really sure how the structure is.
I mean, I really can't answer that, honestly. Dean, I just saw Dean comment. Dean, how are you paid? Because Dean does not live in the US either. I mean, I don't know. I assume, Wendy, you're from Canada.
You said you had an American account though, correct?
I do. And
so you would
he's talking about his wife though.
Right, I understand. Yeah.
But for Karina, she has a Honduran bank account, and a lot of different ventures we've been involved in don't recognize things in Honduras.
Right.
So I wasn't sure how she would, her PayPal is connected to her bank account here in
Well,
Honduras.
if you guys, I was just going to suggest if you're doing it together, if all else fails, you do have the American account is what I was going to suggest.
Correct. But then there's a tax liability for that.
Sure.
And I earn all my other money in Honduras.
Sure.
But we would probably do it separately. Me independent. My reason
Right, but you're asking if it converts to your dollars, right? That's what you're asking.
If the dollars can be converted, we have US dollars in our bank accounts here. I have a US dollar account and a Lempira account, the Honduran currency.
Okay.
So she can get paid in dollars.
Yeah. Oh, then yeah, you're fine then. And what was your question?
Well, the question was, will they allow the deposit in Honduras? I didn't know where the source.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We actually, we do a lot. We do with a Payoneer, Paystat, PayPal, Stripe. Yes, absolutely.
Well, even for like crypto, we couldn't get in a Honduran bank, we couldn't get a crypto.com card as an example, where people in the States could if you're involved in crypto. So, but I want to do a separate for her and I work 7 days a week, morning, noon, and night as a real estate agent. And it's great money, but all the stories that you hear, time is the most valuable commodity we have.
Yes,
so
it is. Absolutely.
Right now, being able to leverage some of that would be the best. I'm getting a message. PayPal, Stripe, both pay in Honduras. Okay, that was Dale. Thank you, Dale.
Yeah,
He's on
there
the
you
call.
go.
He's a new member. So we'll continue to listen. Thanks for your time, guys.
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay, last but not least, we've got, is it Shanti? Shanti, maybe?
It's Shanti. Hi. I have a lot of questions, but I will keep it short. I know you said that 2 hours a day. I do have a full-time job. Well, I have 2 jobs. So I am free on the weekends. So do you think that it's possible for me to catch all the videos on the weekends if I don't have the time during the weekdays?
And, if you heard my story, I'm not sure if you did, but I was working 2 jobs, literally 18 hours a day. You can do this throughout the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the video, do I have to watch it all, then learn how to build it later, or I watch the video one by one and actually build the website like that?
Yeah, good question. So yeah, it's very short videos and she walks you through each step. Your website's already built and all you got to do is plug your information in and you're going to connect your gateways. to your payment. So you're paid directly to your bank account, but it's already built for you. And so you'll just watch those videos step by step. And then once you get your whole setup, then the training videos are just you learn and earn at the same time. You can learn and earn. And then like all of the live calls, if you can't get on live, yeah, you get access to all the replays. And what I would recommend for you is if you work a lot of hours, I would recommend on one of your days off, take the time and batch create your content, which what I mean is create all of your videos for the entire week at that time. And there's even, I don't know if you've heard of repurpose.io. We actually had the CEO of that company got on and train our community, and it is an app. You can actually create all your content and then you can go post it and then schedule it to go out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That probably, yeah,
Huge time leverage. Yes.
yeah, that will work for me. And the training videos, is it like after 6 o'clock, all the training that?
It depends. So because we're an international business and time zones are different, it alternates. Some are at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, some are at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then my legacy builders, some are at the 1 p.m. and some are at 6 p.m. So they just alternates.
Okay. And this will be recorded, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Everything's recorded. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's all I need. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome.
All right, Michelle, we're good to go.
Yeah, thanks everybody. It's been great. I hope you guys took some valuable aha moments. You know, you just heard from 8, well, I guess 9, 6, and 7-figure income earners. And if you guys heard consistency and mindset, and you guys, they just followed the steps inside this program. And so all I got to say is if we can do it, you can do it. So I want to be the first to welcome you, and we look forward to seeing you guys inside our community. Bye, guys. Thanks, Amy. Bye.
Yes.